If you missed the heat, don't worry. By Wednesday, it's back with a high of 77 degrees there. And then fasten those seat belts, folks, because we take a steep dive Wednesday into Thursday. It's a bit on the muggy side by West Texas standards, at least. By 5 o'clock, starting to see that activity develop here along the Highway 385 corridor, which, if you're new to West Texas, runs from Dimmitt down through Brownfield over towards Seminole. And look at that. Did you see that? If you blinked, you missed it. Could have maybe some snow flurries early Thursday morning before the sun ever even comes up. The last event we had was a rain event, November the 18th, where we saw about 61/100ths of an inch of rainfall. But since then, zero, zilch, nada. What happens if it goes further south? Well, we're going to see a lot more of that heavy snow over a good portion of the region. This was the forecast that we had issued. You can kind of see that bullseye to our north and east. And then this is exactly what those snowfall totals wound up with. By 4 a.m., that warm front starts to lift through the area. As it does so, we see these isolated areas of red, orange, and yellow pop up. Those are going to be those isolated storms. Believe it or not, our low this morning was 33. We rose up to 85, giving us a 52-degree spread in temperatures today. It's going to be hard to believe this, but what Terry has is an 8-inch soccer ball. That is the largest size hailstone ever observed in North America, following in Vivian, South Dakota back in 2010. Whenever we upgrade to a taco warning, we've put all those yummy ingredients together and we've got your tacos. In the real world, with that tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning, what happens, all of those ingredients come together to produce that severe weather, and that's when you need to take action. It's been a very active past 24 hours in the South Plains. We've had earthquakes, an eclipse, and severe weather. So if your bingo card for 2024 isn't filled up yet, I don't know what else you could add to it. Now, as the surface continues to heat, that updraft continues to sustain itself, resulting in strong lift. That lift begins to tilt this horizontally rotating column of air vertically, and then once that process occurs, tornado development isn't far away. 4 of you are going to get to pie your KLBK news team in the face, and it will be on television. So we're really excited. Not right now, Ryan. Hold on. We're just hanging out in our red rocking chairs here on our Tuesday. They work us really hard here on Trends and Friends. The main things that we're concerned with this evening, folks, going to be damaging wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. Could also see maybe even some baseball-sized hail. That's about 3 inches in diameter, and we cannot completely rule out the possibility of maybe some isolated tornadoes around the region as well. The red is where the wind is going away from the radar site here in Lubbock. The green is where it's coming towards. And right there in the Snyder-Ferguson area is where we're seeing the strongest rotation right now. What we have in this areas of blue and green, that's typically where objects in the atmosphere aren't really correlating a lot. And the radar's like, something's off here. It's really not that consistent. Now on the backside, it's starting to loop around like that. So that's what we'll be watching, to swing back down on the backside through the city of Lubbock. But right now, the greatest, the most imminent threat here is going to be from Abernathy back down through Preston Smith International Airport. As this storm is moving in, it is still capable of 3-inch in diameter size hail. That's larger than baseball size. In between baseball and softball size, we've had a history of 5-inch in diameter size hail. And have some of the rear flank downdraft winds wrapping around the backside of this mesocyclone. That's what you're seeing out ahead of it, though. That's where the winds are rising up into the storm here. And what's happening is right in the middle, we're seeing a little bit of this rotation right here. Well, good evening, South Plains. Thanks so much for tuning into your KLBK News at 10. Out there tonight, things are starting to feel a little muggy, to be honest with you. Feels more like East Texas instead of West Texas. That humidity increasing is going to result in some dense fog late tonight through our Tuesday morning. So get ready for that for your Tuesday morning commute. In shallow water tonight, though, northwest of the city of Lubbock, things are looking pretty quiet here on our Bob Mills Sky View Network camera. And as we take a look on down in Slate in the southeastern corner of Lubbock County, winds are calming, meaning that air is kind of stagnant and making for some optimal conditions for fog development overnight tonight through the sunrise hour on our Tuesday. Now, looking back to the north over the beautiful Buddy Holly Hall here in downtown Lubbock, it is a quiet night so far. Currently, we're at 51 degrees. That humidity value is bumping up to 77%. And a better look at that moisture in the air is our dew point. It's risen all the way up to 44 degrees. Earlier today was in the mid-30s. 40s, which is a good sign that we do, in fact, have that moisture moving in. And with the winds out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour, we will continue to see that. But out there tonight on our neighborhood weather network in Hockley County, Levelland coming in at about 49 degrees, same for sundown. Ropesville at 47, 49 just southeast of Smyer, and up in Anton, they're sitting at about 49 as well. And then Whit Harrell coming in at about 48 degrees. And our Bob Mill Skyview Network camera there, and all across the region right now, looking mostly clear, not really seeing any significant visibility issues at the current time, but that could change. Notice down to our south, that's where we are the warmest, 54 in Lamesa, all the way down to 41 in Silverton, 40 in Childress, now 49 in Plains. Moisture and cloud coverage is continuing to increase from south to north. That's why temperatures are a little bit more on the warm side over our southern zones right now. But as we take a look across the country, overall pretty quiet for the midsection of the U.S., but there's that cloud coverage moving in, some mid-level moisture increasing as well with those southwesterly winds moving back into the region a little higher up in the atmosphere. But overnight tonight, here's what you can expect. Mostly cloudy sky conditions all the way through the sunrise hour on our Tuesday. That's about the 7 to 8 a.m. time frame. That's when temperatures will bottom out here in Lubbock in the upper 30s to low 40s. Northeastern areas not expecting fog there. We will even see a few more breaks in the cloud coverage, resulting in temperatures below freezing. That's indicated kind of by this white shaded area where we have the best chance to fall to or slightly below freezing tonight. The rest of us, mid 30s to mid 40s can be expected. And that fog beginning to develop out there tonight, and it's going to continue overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. The best chance, I would say, will exist to the west of Lubbock, close to the Texas and New Mexico state line. We'll keep some clouds around all day on our Tuesday, but by noon, most of that fog should mix out around the region. Highs by tomorrow afternoon, warmest off the Cap Rock and over the rolling plains. That's where we will see a few more breaks in the cloud coverage, some more sun heating the surface and warming those temps up. And then we'll get up to 64 Wednesday before we fall back down to the 50s Thursday, Friday, back into the 60s Saturday, and on into Sunday, the 70s could return. So if you're doing any holiday shopping this weekend out at the South Plains Mall, it's going to look good for that. You might even break out those shorts there on Sunday. You know what? Speaking of Sunday, Texas Tech having their 66th annual Carol of Lights event. Going to start there around 7 o'clock on the dot. Temps will be in the 50s and 60s with that partly cloudy sky continuing around the area. Tonight's rain gauge giveaway winner, courtesy of Hub City Body Shop, is David Fullerton from right here in Lubbock, Texas. So a big congratulations to David, and you can enter for a chance to win one over on our website at everythinglubbock.com. But over the next 7 days, we'll see high temperatures anywhere from the mid to low 50s into the low 70s. Morning lows are going to be flirting with freezing Thursday and Friday morning, and we could maybe see some more of that patchy frost around the area too. But our next big weather maker, Matt's going to arrive sometime from Sunday through Wednesday of next week. A lot of disagreement right now with the data we're seeing as to when that cold front is exactly going to move in. Okay. But just know we're kind of in that season where we'll have some high highs and some low lows, all within the matter of just a couple of days.
You know I'm a nerd, and I ask you this all the time. Is this normal for this type of year?
Oh yeah, this is nothing out of the ordinary for us to see. I mean, we've been in December before and had temperatures in the 80s. Now, is it supposed to be that warm?
Probably
no, but it does happen. This is Lubbock. I'd like to say this is the Las Vegas of weather out here in West Texas.
You got that right. Thank you, Jacob.